Hello all. In this video, we will see how to answer the question, tell me something about yourself. As you know, this is a basic question which is asked in each and every interview. So in this video, I have tried to provide you some tips. I have tried to provide you some samples, how you should answer this question so that you are able to convince the interviewer and you are highlighting those points which are important for that particular role which you are applying for the job. So first of all, if you are still not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. I will keep on posting this kind of videos, what is asked in the interviews of SAP FICO, SAP SD, SAP MM. So not only the interview questions, even I'll be coming up with I already came up with the certification exam preparations. So if you're still not subscribed, requesting you to subscribe and keep enjoying the future videos. So let's start. Now, sometimes this question can be asked in another way. It can be, can you take me through your CV, or can you tell me about your background? So irrespective of what is the language, ultimately the interviewer wants to know these details from you, right? He already has your CV. He can see about your professional experience. He can see about your educational background. But what he wants to see during the interview is, very importantly, your attitude. Okay, so how much confident you are in answering the questions, whether you are able to maintain the correct eye contact, and how is your communication. Remember, when I say communication, it is not necessarily the English language. When I talk about the communication, it is how you are able to answer the question. It can be, again, I'm not saying it should not be in English, but English is not that much important if you are able to answer the question properly. Okay, and then obviously when you are answering this question, you also need to specify your skills. So something which is not written on your CV, or maybe in your CV you might have written about 10 different jobs, maybe 10 different projects, but when you are answering this question, you need to highlight those skills, those projects, those jobs which are relevant for this particular opportunity. Right, so what exactly interviewer wants to know? He wants to know how is your attitude. He wants to know what are your core skills which are matching with the requirement that the interviewer has to identify whether you are the right fit or not. Right, so how are you going to answer this question? You have to start with the greetings and your name. I think this is very basic, but still, because I wanted to talk about start to end, that is the reason I introduced this slide, where you need to start with the greetings. So it should be formal greetings. Okay, so when I say greetings, it should not be hello or hi. It is also okay sometimes to use these informal words, but the words like hey and we use WhatsApp and all these things, these are not the professional words, so please avoid using these words. So when I say start with the formal greeting, it means you should start with good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Okay, and obviously, as I told you, to avoid the informal greetings like whatever you do. Right, then you need to tell your full name. This is important. Normally we just talk, or sometimes even I have seen when I take the interviews, people just start with hi and they start with their educational background and their educational as well as their experience. But this is also important that you specify your name, okay, and it should be a full name. It looks professional, right? So you need to start with either you use I am, then your name, or my name is your name. Avoid this particular word, myself. Okay, so sometimes we start with myself Vikram or myself Gaurav. So avoid using the word myself and please use I am or my name. Just for example, you can start with good morning, I am Gaurav Kumar, or good afternoon, my name is Gaurav Kumar. So these are some of the better ways in which you can start your greetings as well as your name. So once you are done with your greetings and your name, then you need to start with the professional experience, if any. So if you are an experienced guy, this particular slide is for you. If you are not an experienced guy, maybe you need to skip this and you can directly go to the next slide where I'm talking about the educational details. So in terms of professional experience, you need to start with the current position. Okay, this is always the best practice. Normally, I have seen, or even sometimes I also start with my educational background before starting the professional experience. But if you go through the best practices, you will know that it is always better to start with the recent position and recent experience that you got. So start with the current position. Just for example, I am currently working with Accenture as a senior consultant, and then talk about your recent projects, right? So what exactly you are doing in your current company, what exactly is your role. So you can say working on the financial transformation greenfield implementation project for a chemical company spread across 25 countries with 100 legal entities. So if you just stop here, I'm working as a SAP FICO consultant, that will not add that much value. And that is the reason, if you see this example, in this example, we are talking about what is the nature of the project, what is your role on the project, and then what is the industry in which you are doing this project, what is the complexity involved in that project. For example, the complexity is because there are 25 countries with 100 legal entities. So it is not just I am working as a SAP FICO consultant in Accenture, but you also need to specify in which project you are working, how challenging is that project, what is your role in that particular project, and what exactly are the challenges that you are facing in that particular project. Then you can go to the previous project experience. So once you completed your recent project, you can talk about what are the other projects previously you handled. Now, if you worked on 10 different projects, obviously it will not make sense to talk about all those 10 projects. You can identify which are the complex projects which are matching with the JD, okay, which is matching with the current requirement of a particular company. So only those projects you need to highlight and talk in detail, right? So for example, if you are applying for the support role, in that case you can say, okay, previously I led the production support team for a particular industry, and again you need to add the complications. So what were the complications, how the project was complex, what were the different complex requirements that you can add to then you have skills learned from these projects. Also, it also is good practice that once you talk about the projects, you also need to tell what you have learned from that project. So for example, it helps you to understand the end-to-end business process of a particular industry. That will definitely make more impact rather than just telling about which projects you worked on. Okay, and obviously if before SAP, let's say you are applying for the SAP consultant, you already have, let's say, 5 years of experience into SAP, but in addition to those 5 years, let's assume you also worked in the domain. So for example, if you are a SAP FICO consultant, previously you worked on as an SAP accountant, or if you are applying for SAP MM role, in that case, if you have any experience in managing the inventory management or the procurement department of a particular company, that will also make a lot of impact. Next one is education background. So again, you need to start with the highest qualification. So for example, if you are already a master's or if you are a bachelor, so whatever is the highest degree that you have, start from there, and then obviously keep on adding the relevant points. So for example, when you are applying for the SAP related jobs, now basically there are two things here. Number one, you are experienced. If you are experienced, definitely the educational background is not of that importance, because ultimately what you worked on from last few years, that is more important rather than your educational background. But this is specifically important for the freshers, because the only thing to show in a particular job is what educational background they have, right? And that is the reason, if you are only having the educational background, in addition you have to specify the trainings and certifications if you have. So for example, if you are going for the interview as a graduate, then definitely in the graduation you must have not heard about SAP, or maybe even if you have 1 or 2 subjects, but that will not make you in-depth, that will not give you the in-depth understanding of SAP. Okay, and definitely you must have taken some courses from outside which are making you more impactful for this particular role. So in that case also, you need to ensure that not only you are talking about your highest qualification, but you are focusing more on the trainings or certifications which you took in order to gain the knowledge on the subject where you are applying for, right? So when you are specifying your highest qualification, again, make sure that it is not just MBA from particular universities. You also need to specify what was your specialization, and also during that graduation time, if you also have some extracurricular activities where you are done good, even those things also you can mention it here, right? And then you have about the certifications and training. So I have provided some examples, but based on which module you learned, you have to specify the details of that particular module, because that is something which will help you in getting that particular opportunity, right? So you have to specify, if you have completed the certification, you have to specify when you got certified, from which institute you got certified, okay? And if you are not certified, then you need to specify the trainings, from where you took the training, what were the things covered in that particular training, which dummy projects you worked on. So if you add those things in your CV also, as well as when you are answering this question, that will make a lot of impact. So to summarize, this is how the overall end-to-end CV will look like in case of the experienced consultants. So it will start with the greetings and your name. So I'm just reading this out. So good afternoon, my name is Gaurav Kumar. I'm currently working with Accenture as a senior consultant, working on the financial transformation greenfield implementation project for a chemical company spread across 25 countries with 100 plus legal entities. Previously, I led the production support team of manufacturing company spread over 40 countries and responsible for SLA-based resolutions for a particular region. Okay, also how many projects you worked on? So worked on 7 end-to-end implementation projects, 3 rollouts, 2 production support projects. Also, how it helped you? It helped me in understanding the end-to-end business processes of a particular industry. Okay, and prior to SAP consulting, if you have any domain experience, then you can talk about your educational background, and then closing line, why you should be considered for this particular role. So you can add something like this: although I love my current role, I feel I'm ready for more challenging roles, and that is the reason why I'm here today, why I'm appearing in this interview today. So this kind of things, rather than telling I don't enjoy my last role, or I don't enjoy my work in my current role, or I have the irregular fights with my manager, that is not going to help you. You always need to maintain the professionalism, and that is the reason you should always say that I am now looking for the challenging roles, and that is the reason I am changing the job. Same way, if how exactly the CV will look like, not CV, your answer will look like as a fresher. So if you are a fresher, definitely the experience section will not come into play, but again, you need to concentrate more on your skills that you got during the training. Okay, so you need to make sure that not only you are talking about those things that you have learned, but you are also talking about those dummy projects which you have done, and what are the different configurations you have done, what are the different transactions you have processed. Okay, and that will open the forum for discussion. Once you say I have a very good understanding on procure to pay, order to cash, this will help the interviewer to ask the relevant questions. Okay, and that is the reason when you are talking about your skills, please ensure that you focus only on those points where you are strong. It should not happen that no one is expert in each and everything, right? So even if you are a beginner SAP MM consultant or a beginner FICO consultant, you cannot be expert in accounts receivables, payables, asset accounting, everything, right? So it makes more sense when you are giving this introduction, when you are talking about yourself, you highlight those points where you feel that I am more confident, and even if the interviewer asks me this question, I'll be able to answer this question very confidently, right? So don't try to add those points where you feel you are not comfortable, because otherwise it may happen that when the interviewer asks you these questions and you are not able to answer. So that is actually the bad thing to do. Just concentrate on the things which you are good at, and try to ensure that those things you are talking about when you are giving the answer to this question. Okay, and maybe again the closing line for the beginners: I feel I am ready to practically utilize my current skills, because till now you were learning a lot of things, you were going to college, you learned a lot of things in your college, you learned a lot of things during the training. Now it is a time that you will practically utilize those things which you learned. So just make the closing line that now I am ready to utilize the things that I have learned previously, and I want to work on the company where I can contribute. Last few tips. It is very important to read the job description properly, right? So normally when you are a beginner, or even if you are experienced, just looking at the role, looking at the what you can say, a job title, you cannot make sure that you know each and everything. There are many times where the job title and if you look at the job description are mismatching. Even I have seen some examples in the job site. The title is SAP FICO consultant, but if you go to the job section, you may find it is more of SD or more of MM, right? That may be the mistake by the person who has posted that particular job. So it is very important that you are looking at the job description properly. Before even you go for the interview, you may need to change your job description or adjust the CV according to the job description, right? And ensure that if you feel that yes, this is exactly what your core skills are, okay, looking at the job description, you need to prepare well, you need to go through those particular skills, and please ensure that you speak about those skills when this question is asked. Okay, so for example, in the JD section, there are 5 points which are written. Out of those 5 points, you feel you are confident in 3. So definitely, before interviewer asks you the question on any of these 5 areas, he is giving you the opportunity to talk about yourself. In that particular one, you can clearly tell the interviewer that I am more confident in these 3 areas, right? So ensure that those points which you are comfortable with in the JD, you bring it up in this particular question. Okay, and obviously some normal tips: maintain the eye contact and confidence. This is very important because at least as a beginner, if you don't have much technical skills, this is very important, which will help you to get a job. Okay, and as I told you, English is not that much important, although I'm not saying English is not important at all. If you are working as a consultant, definitely you are going to communicate with the overseas clients, and definitely English is very important. But still, don't lose your confidence just because your English is not good during the interviews. As an interviewer, most of the interviewers are checking your technical skills. Okay, if your technical skills are strong, but your communication is poor, still there are chances that you will get selected. So with this, I wish you all the best for your future interviews, and I hope this video has helped you in understanding how to answer this particular question. So like this, I will keep on posting lot of new videos. Initially few videos I'll be posting like this, which will be the basic questions which are common for each and everyone, but later on I'll be also coming up with the proper questions in the technical SAP FICO, SAP MM, what are the different type of questions which are being asked during the interviews. Okay, so if you're not subscribed, again requesting you to subscribe to this channel so that you can always get this kind of content. Thank you. Bye.